Hello there, everybody. My name is Black, and today I wanted to talk about something really interesting that was added into the game. Now, I'm just doing this out of, desire to do this. I wanted to record this on my laptop, but the game hasn't updated there yet. So I'm doing this on my phone, which is basically standard for me, to be honest. Now, they added on the graphics section, right? They added graphic display resolution. And they also added ambient lighting. Uh, there's no other things added as for now, but let's try and explain these things, right? Graphic display resolution. The higher the graphic display resolution, the clearer the graphics. There's a very simple way to explain these things. Let's go into training mode. Let's go into Orange Factory because there's something with Orange Factory 2. Let me put maybe what's pretty skin, I guess. Let's go with here. Okay, so this is very cool. This is very cool, and this can really help new players, to be honest. This is the first thing that comes to my mind due to there's many people who play on phones that are not very strong, and trying to play this game straight up in the best way possible is really hard, right? Sometimes for a bad phone. So let's go into the settings really quick. So graphic display resolution. Let's put it as simple as this: the lower this number is, the less pixels you're using. So you can see, I'm not sure if you can see it in the video, right? But what I see is that I'm using less pixels, which means everything is more like jagged edges, and it looks like less quality. Even if I have the qualities in high, what you can do is if your phone doesn't support, isn't like strong enough, or gets too hot or things like that, you can try and put it on performance and lower the display resolution. You can still play like this. You don't have to see every single pixel for you to actually play the game. That's an actual fact, to be honest. Now, if the higher you put this, the more pixels you're looking at. So if you put in 1.0, you're basically not missing any pixels. Also, another thing to add: if you don't play, if you're gonna be playing on lower resolutions, and you want your phone to be very well responsive and not stress too much onto the game, don't turn off high FPS, since it will not improve graphics by rendering high FPS, which means you're gonna have 30 FPS. And as you can see, let me actually put the resolution as low. So this is theoretically about 30 FPS, maybe less, maybe 25 FPS frames per second, and you can still play like this, and you can you can play like this, and it'll actually stress your phone way less, for the low price of free. Now there's some other things we need to talk about. Let's put the resolutions a little higher so we can look at things better. Ambient lighting. The shades of colors of character models will change along with the ambient lighting. So as you're walking, for example, theoretically, as you're walking, maybe as you're going past this, you would see more shadows, or you would see. Let me turn it off. Maybe I can see any difference. To be honest, I cannot. I cannot see any difference in it. But let's see. Oh, I turned that off. Wait. Camera control button. I didn't have that. Oh, okay. Ambient lighting. Okay, leave it on. So theoretically, look at this. As you're walking here, you're getting shades of like uh, the lighting changes on your character, meaning it's more of a realistic approach. You're basically like turning darker in a darker area. Let's see if we walk outside if it changes. So as you walk outside, see, you cannot really like notice so much. So I wouldn't really like count on this to be like the the best thing ever, right? But you can see as you walk, as I run, that the seer skin is like getting darker or clearer as we go, and this is really cool. I mean, it's really nice, to be honest. It's something that should have been in the game like 2 years ago at this point, but it's something I wouldn't really recommend using because why would you wanna see lights better when all you need to see is the hunter? So these graphics, as to resolution and ambient lighting, this is for somebody who, for example, makes YouTube videos. Me, for example, I could be wanting to record a very nice seer video, and I would be probably wanting to be as high quality as possible, so that way I can actually make it look higher quality, which means the game has a little bit more value for content, right? For YouTube content, for example, right? But this is really awesome. So I really recommend. I don't really recommend the ambient lighting. I recommend the graphic resolution. If you have it at middle, you're gonna be alright. Um, and always play in performance, to be honest. You don't have to play in high quality to enjoy the game at all, to be honest. um, higher quality just means a little bit more stress to your phone. So if anything, you're helping yourself by not having so many things to render. So, so let's talk really. Let's say it really simple, right? Uh, if your phone is not too strong, and you wanna actually have, uh, as smooth of an experience as possible, I would go for performance. High FPS, I will turn it off. Resolution, I would have it at 0.7, 0.6 even, and even if it's not that smooth as you might think, uh, you're still running at the same pace. So you're just not seeing the smoothness of all the frames being loaded, which means your phone is not gonna stress as much as before. Uh, so that's really great. If anybody has like an iPhone, for example, or has a pretty good phone, high FPS at half of the resolution is more than enough. You can see all the frames. It's silky smooth for the most part, and you're gonna have a good time, you know. But remember, the higher you have these graphics, these settings, and ambient lighting, the more your phone is gonna stress, and the more likely it is for you to experience like your phone getting hot, too hot, or um, your phone having trouble trying to load all of these little things, little details into the ambient. And as you see, and you can almost see that as I'm walking towards an area, things start to load in. And the reason for that is because if you were actually loading the whole map in 1 second, like in one simple motion, you would have your phone would literally blow up. You see that rock, how it keeps appearing at the bottom? So you have basically a radius of things you're loading. So you're loading a big circle of things around you. So the less you can load into the game, the better. Here you can see the rock goes on at about the same distance. Uh, But yeah, I would actually recommend not having those settings. So yeah, I just wanted to show you this. I didn't want to make this video too long, to be honest. So sorry if it's too long. I take too long to explain things. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Yeah. So make sure to